Hello, and welcome to another day of Inktober. Today's prompt is swing, and this will probably be one of the most different ones I think so far. So here we go. I got my palette out and these markers. So what I've learned about these markers, obviously, is they're water-based, and so I'm trying to experiment with different ways to use them. And also now that, we're several days into Inktober, I'm also, seeing and being influenced by how other artists on Instagram and YouTube are using the supplies that they got in their art snacks box. So one of the things I thought I would try to do is use water with these markers. The one thing that didn't work when I was swatching and stuff and working with them is once they're on the paper, they dry pretty quickly, which is fine, so you really can't manipulate them. So I thought, well, what if I just tried to squeeze the ink out of the marker and then just went in with some water. So here what I'm doing is I have a plastic palette and I'm just scribbling as much as I can to get the ink to rub off on the plastic, and it just kind of beads up. And I just gather as much as I can, and then I'm coming in with an aqua brush. One of those Pentel. I've ruined my aqua brushes. They're like awful. I'll show you that probably in a second. But anyway, I'm using that just to get some water going and to get like a light wash. And it's not bad. Like, you're definitely, the markers themselves are very pigmented. You're not going to get a dark color doing this. But this was a great way for me to swatch the colors I wanted to use in the piece. And just another way to use these markers, because if you have been hanging out, I'm still working on getting better with them. I really like them. Like they're smooth and they're very dark and colorful and juicy, but I've had a hard time really using them the way I want to. I secretly wish I was using alcohol markers, I guess. Don't tell. So anyway, so here's me working on my color palette. I'm going to do sort of like a whimsical watercolor-ish looking painting is what I have in mind. So I think these ones look pretty well, and then I was pretty satisfied with that swatching. So now into the sketching. Sped up because this video is long enough. So I thought, okay, swing. I don't know, I'm so super literal with a lot of these prompts. So with a tentacle, I thought the tentacle could be the swing, and who would be swinging from a tentacle swing? A starfish. So mini break to take a look at this pen I've ruined. You can see that's all glitter. See that gold? So when you use an aqua pen, sometimes they suck up what you've dipped them in, like when the air bubbles go back through the barrel. And I'm not an expert, so I don't even think I know how to take this apart and fix it. So now everything I use that particular pen with has glitter in it, which, I think it looks okay. A little glitter never hurt anybody. So another thing I tried to do here was I tried to pull ink right out of the nib, and it was it was discoloring the nib. So I'm trying to see so you can see it. It's like bright. Isn't that weird? So it was just sucking the ink right out of the nib. So much so that the markers themselves couldn't write after I did that, and they needed to scribble them a little bit just to get the juice flowing again. So the one product I am using here that didn't obviously come in my Art Snacks box is the Pentel Aqua Brush, but I figure it's not too bad of a cheat because I'm also using water. Water didn't come in the box, so sue me. So then I thought what would be cool is to come in and instead of doing the line work, since it's a whimsical watercolor looking one, instead of doing the line work in black, just using the bullet nib and matching the colors, which I think turned out pretty good. I kind of like the idea. It's not something I usually do. I tried to do this with, what prompt was that? Enchanted, I think, was the prompt. I tried to also do like a color outline. So, not too bad. I really do like the watercolor effect. Obviously, this paper is not meant for water, and I keep pushing that boundary. I think I've like wrinkled a few papers messing with things. So this book at the end of Inktober is going to be a crinkly, crunchy mess. You can see the paper just rippling up under that blue wash I did, and all those little bubbles are just kind of like exploding. That's fine. What are you going to do? As long as you got to get each day done. That's the goal this month, right? So I think this little starfish is pretty cute. I'm pretty happy with him. A little different and super wrinkly. He's a wrinkly little starfish. Super wrinkly. So I'm ruining the book, but that's fine, as long as we're having fun. So thanks for joining me. If you haven't already, subscribe, hit that bell icon, and join me again tomorrow. Same bad time, same bad channel. Thanks. Bye.